welcome back to Poor Decisions. You are back with
Pew,
me,
pew, pew.
Anna, and
Anissa, I'm back in the building.
yes, we are back in the building for episode 2 of Poor Decisions. 2?
Yes. It's like episode 2 of the rebrand of Poor Decisions.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
episode
yeah.
2 of the rebrand of Poor Decisions. How's your day been? Your week?
You know, it's been good. My day's been fine. Obviously, even though there was this whole squirrel melee, I got chased by a squirrel at the cash point.
So what? You
It's
got
not
chased by a squirrel at Cash Point.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal, but I went to go get my nails done, as you guys can see. And I'm on my Biab nail journey.
Oh, yes,
And
the
for
Biab.
those who aren't listening, just look at the visuals so you can see what my nails look like. They're banging. But anyway, so I was at the cash point to go and get the money for the nails. And this squirrel, it's not like, this is not even meant to be a story, but listen, basically, the squirrel was
okay.
like picking at this leaf in front of me. But then the squirrel locked eyes with me dead and basically came up to my feet. So I stepped back, it stepped forward. So I basically took a U-turn, it took a U-turn. So then I started running and it started running after me.
The thing is, squirrels are very fearless creatures. They're very confident creatures. So they're not going to back down just because you're looking at them. It's game on for them.
It's not even about looking down. I'm just at a cash point and I just looked over and it looked at me. And that's why I know I'm running in circles with the squirrel chasing behind me in circles with me. Like, you know, when you're running, but you're half looking back because I'm looking to see, is this squirrel still following me? And then this man who's at the cash point comes over, is like, it's fine, the squirrel's gonna be okay. And I'm just thinking, listen, please mind your business. I just want to take out cash and I want the squirrel to leave me alone.
I know this is not meant to go on a tangent, but people minding their business is a real thing. I was thinking that today as well.
They don't know how to.
I was on the train, like doing some work.
Oh,
and
on
then,
the train
like,
again, yeah.
I was on the train, doing some work, and I was like, put my stuff away. And the guy turns over and he's basically like, "Oh, I bet you wish you didn't do so and so career then." And I thought,
sir,
okay. I know he's trying to be friendly, but also it's early. Like I'm out early in the morning. I thought
it's too early to be talking.
Mind your business, sir. Do you think I'm asking you about all this equipment that you have right up in front of you and that's spilling over into my seat? But I'm not gonna.
It's like, mind your business, sir. Like, what are you doing?
it.
But that's the thing. It was just like, mind your business. Like, I don't need you to tell me to calm down about the squirrel when you're not the one being chased by the squirrel. And I don't know why the squirrel would chase me. It wasn't even like I was dressed in like colours of an acorn that they would want. Okay, I'm dressed in black. It's like, why do you want me? Anyway, it was
not kind of acorn.
It was just anyway. So apart from that, my day was fine. But I got chased by a squirrel at the cash point. It was just ridiculous. How was your day?
Well, not as eventful as being chased by a squirrel or whatever. But I was on Instagram. And I was, because I obviously follow Drea, because I mean, Drea is absolute body goals, honestly. Body goals. I will be in the gym one day to recreate that.
Yeah, Drea looks good.
Anyway, I was watching her Instagram stories. And I don't know if you saw the kind of, I wouldn't say flight drama, but obviously there was a little bit of a ruckus. So basically I'll explain what happened. Drea had like booked a flight or whatever, and her seat was the middle seat, which is the worst when you're flying by yourself personally. And there was a husband and wife between her. And I believe
You mean she was between the husband and wife?
Oh yeah. I was like, what? Yeah. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, so it's husband, Drea, wife. Yeah. 3 people in a row. Yeah. I think Drea asked them if they wanted her to move so they could be together, but the wife said that she likes the aisle seat.
Yeah.
And so Drea said, cool, whatever. Yeah. And then through the flight, they're trying to talk across her, and Drea basically said, no, listen, you ain't about to do this all flight long to be talking across. I gave you your chance to move. You don't need to be quiet. And she said now all of them are basically mad. And it just made me think about, like, if I'm a husband and wife, like, we would sit together. I'm not going to be talking across over someone. Like, I find that rude. Like, I wouldn't do that. So for them to be getting a little bit ratty at her, I thought, if she likes the aisle seat, sir, why did you not book the middle seat? And then Drake could have been at the window and none of you lot would have been like beefing.
But I just think it was a bad mistake in the beginning for when after she said, like, do you want to swap seat? You should have just swapped seat. It shouldn't have even been a no, maybe so situation because now you're not speaking across. And for me, like, it's not that I don't like people speaking across me, But it's like, you know, when people are speaking across you got to lean back.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get all Fat Joe on them. And it's just
physically, you want to move. Like,
exactly. Especially when they're leaning across you. You're really on a Fat Joe and a Remy Ma. You're really leaning back. You're just like, okay, there's a little... You don't want to lean back for too long. You're like, okay, can you wrap the convo? But to do that with strangers, that must be 100% more annoying.
And the thing is, I don't know how long the flight is or like where she was going on the flight, but if that's a good like 4, 6, 7 hours like flight, that's too long for you lot to be doing all of this or whatever and to be talking across me. Like, you decided not to sit together, that means people need to sleep and mind their business.
Would you shush them?
In what way?
But like, shh.
No. I probably won't be shh, but I might reiterate to them again, look, do you want to like sit next to each other because this is disturbing me?
Oh,
do that.
Do you know what? That is a very classy way to handle it.
Yeah, true. Also, I thought to myself, is this first class? Because Drea, this don't sound like first class problems.
Well, this is the thing. When you were telling this story, I was kind of like, why would Drea be...
Just asking.
I was thinking that. But not to say she's not successful in her own right, but
she's
I guess
super successful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's not successful in her own right, but she's not Beyonce. So I guess she might one day have to ride in the middle seat in whatever class she was in. And
maybe it's like a short haul flight. You know, them short haul flights, there's no class. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
Everyone's like EasyJet when you go on Ibiza, everyone's in the same place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what I'm saying. If she was Beyonce only needed to have a flight. Beyonce would just be in the jets. So it's not Beyonce. That's all. That's just what I'm saying. There's no shade to Drea.
No shade.
You know what it is.
No shade.
Do you know what I mean? I did like Drea when she was on Basketball Wives. Although I didn't like her last season, but yeah, I did. What would have made you like Drea if you didn't like her from Basketball Wives?
It's not that I didn't like Drea in Basketball Wives. Like, for me, it was more so like the character of Drea on Basketball Wives is very different from, I believe, like her perception on social media. I can't explain it. Like, I felt like in Basketball Wives, it always was playing up to, or she wanted to present an image of herself and worked at it. Like, that's what I got. So it never felt genuine for me. That's how I feel. But
I don't know. I feel like it was her. I didn't like the last season when she was on, when she was falling out with everyone. Yeah, I believe she was falling out with Brandy in Malaysia, who I thought were good friends. So that I didn't specifically like. But apart from that, I quite liked her on Basketball Wives. But I mean, listen, I've been hit and miss watching Basketball Wives for years, only because I love the comedy that is Jackie Christie.
Oh my gosh, I love Jackie.
But I can't take the shenanigans of the rest of it. And I was listening to Carlos King's podcast, who's like a big TV show producer in America, and he had
OG.
Yeah, he had OG on. And she was just talking a lot about like the dynamics of the other girls and the way the other girls were. And I just thought to myself, yeah, see, this is why I stopped watching, because I didn't like all of that kind of stuff. It wasn't for me.
I'm definitely not watching. I stopped watching in particular when Shawnee came back, because I find Shawnee a bit dry, and Evelyn, but that's my own personal opinion.
That's the thing is, because I never watched the Basketball Wives when the original in Miami. So I've never understood the hype about Evelyn, because Evelyn to me has always just been like I always liked Tammy, but Evelyn, I was just like, yeah.
I always watch something if Tammy's in it. Evelyn, but what I was gonna say is the one thing about like Basketball Wives as to why I stopped watching, because this is the cycle. Someone new comes, they're introduced as Jackie's friend. Jackie then turns on them, and they start fighting and beefing. Basically, they spend the rest of the season talking about they don't know how they got to this place with Jackie.
No, but
they come to some resolve at the reunion, but it's not true resolve. That's what happens. And then they never come back, or they come back for one more season.
Their reunions are pointless. Big on that. But my favourite scene, which has to be one of the best scenes in reality TV history, is when Jackie and Brandy are at dinner
and the diamond falls out.
And then Jackie has this big diamond, big F-off diamond on her hand, and she waves it, and then the stone falls out, and like Brandy's eyes pan to the diamond, and it's like to Jackie, you gonna pick this up? And Jackie's like, I don't need to pick this up. Like, I got carrots. Doug Christie bought this for me, and I was like, Jackie, girl, pick up this apparent diamond. And I don't think it was I don't know. Like, you have a ring, obviously.
Let me tell you something.
Can your diamond fall out of the setting like as easily as Jackie's did?
Let me tell you one thing about me and the diamond on my hand, child. Is I'm not sure
he liked
how
to say put a ring on it.
The diamond could fall out personally, because even looking at my ring now, like I don't get it. I really don't understand, because to me, it falling out gives me very like Primark ring, like, you know, when the jewelry mash up.
The size of did you remember the size of the ring?
Big
It was
rock.
very costume jewelry. That's what it was giving
Costume
me.
jewelry,
No
honey.
offense. So the fact that Jackie was saying it was real, and then Brandy's like, "Are you not going to pick it up?" But then, if my memory serves correct, I believe at the end Jackie picks it up. That is one,
because I just remember them sitting out, like they're kind of sitting outside ish eating in LA. Like, listen, I'll never forget that. But Jackie, I mean, she.
I do remember when we used to watch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to laugh at someone. Drea wasn't funny to me.
I don't know. She wasn't funny, but although one of the it's like when she was with all the new girls. Maybe it was with British or something.
Oh, probably.
When British asks her, "Are you a hoe?" She goes,
Am I a hoe? I know exactly what it is. She's just like, it's actually possible. Am I a hoe? Like,
yo, that is one of the funniest things I ever saw on that show. I was like, it was because the way she pulled back her face, it was almost like, and you were like, girl, like, what is going on? But that is a wild question to ask somebody.
Oh.
Are you a hoe? I don't know anybody who is ever going to say, yeah, I'm a hoe. Or maybe people will say, yeah, I'm a hoe. But it's just like, why would you ask someone that?
No. Like, to me, it's not just about asking someone that. But the first time I meet you, I can't ask you if you're a hoe.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
I can't ask you if you're a hoe.
You're only asking me if I'm a hoe the first time you met me is if you want to get into a fight. That's how I basically feel.
Oh,
it's very provoking
I
words.
You're gonna like set a different context. Like, I don't know, like maybe they're at some party, they're talking about certain things. Do you know what I mean?
Because you're saying it like the energy that you have and your intention by asking me that is not good. So you only want me to react. Personally, that's how I personally would feel.
I wonder what's going on with British. Is she still going to prison?
Not prison, but I know that she's in the newer season of the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening, but I assume she's still. No, but I think she's gonna have a trial. It's trial now. She's got
trial.
I think she's got like a trial, like a federal thing.
Not like a Jen Shah trial.
Basically like a Jen Shah,
No,
which is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's crazy how many housewives have jail issues, like as in the TV show Housewives, like that. So many of them have had prison things, because it's like, we're watching a reality show to watch women, I don't know, do whatever.
That's
and then
true.
you lot end up having prison sentences. Like, it's incredible.
Federal charges are no joke. You know, it's so crazy that you said that, because saying like we're watching a bunch of women.
Yeah.
There's barely, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't watched any, but there's like no reality TV shows that are just about a group of men. Why? Like about the husbands and then the wives and like the side thing. That's why I know, like, obviously Kevin Hart did that satire, Real Husbands of
Hollywood.
Yeah. But like, think about that. Like, there's none of that.
I don't know if it's because like the majority of the reality TV audience is probably skewed toward women, and so that they wouldn't want to watch a group of men.
I would.
Yeah, I think some people would, but I think majority wouldn't. I think they'd have to break a mold. I mean, it has been done in certain formats, like Preachers of LA. That was an all men cast, because they were all preachers.
Shout out to Preachers of LA. I love that show.
But I think, like, how much popularity do those shows have? How much longevity do they have? I don't know.
Not too long.
I feel like a female heavy cast or a mixed cast, like a Jersey Shore vibe, is what works better. But like, if it's a show where the men were the stars and the women were like the side stars, I don't know. You hear me say stars?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Like, they're part of the package.
I guess, I don't know if you'd class that, actually. I'm thinking about old seasons of Making the Band, like when Diddy was making Day 26, and obviously it was all boy band. Like, we're watching a reality TV show, and most of the people competing were men. Everyone that was competing was men, and then obviously Diddy was the judge. So that was like, but maybe because that was like a competition versus like us watching what they're doing day to day.
Although that's true, because I was to say, although I did love the season when they were on tour, Making the Band.
Oh, when it was everyone like Day 26, Danny Kane and Donnie. I loved it. You know,
when you heard Day 26, what's the first song that comes to your head?
I want this exclusive, baby,
Really?
no more excuses. Or Co-Star, it's late and I can't even think your body. Why? What song comes to your head?
I'll be in this together.
I'll be in this together.
I'm not gonna sing. I'll let Anissa do that. But yeah, No, Making the Band was epic. I always love that clip of, what's his name? The one with the braids, Brian, singing off for his bed. And then they back him up. No. Epic.
But did you see when people were memeing that on Twitter a couple of years ago? When they say like, these people are going to war in like R&B a cappella.
Yes, honey. That's the best war we like. R&B a cappella.
Oh, yes. I do want to go to like an all R&B event. I know they've been having some lately. I definitely want to go to one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of them pop up on my timeline. I want to like sing my heart out to some Keith Sweat, Child, a little Usher, Lovers and Friends. Baby, tell me.
I was watching Usher's Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast.
It's a new episode.
No, I don't think it's new. I think it's a little bit old. Or maybe, do you know what? I don't know. Don't quote me.
Okay, well.
I was watching it, what have you, and Usher was just talking about like, he was talking about like My Way's like anniversary and talking about like how him in Vegas is like nothing that anyone's had before. It's like Vegas on steroids and all this stuff. Whatever.
I'd love to go to Vegas one day.
I would love to go to Vegas, but also I've always said one of the only concerts I'd go to is Usher. You know that.
Same.
Because I will majority know all the songs and the lyrics, although I'm not like Usher crazy like that.
But you know, even saying that, I got reminded of his song Moving Mountains the other day. And I never really liked it. But listening to the lyrics again and everything, I was like, Moving Mountains was a banger.
I need to go back and understand this.
It's not a chorus so much, but it's like, it's the actual verse of like, cause she likes her.
Actually, yeah, you know, like I like the intensity.
Yeah, it was very verse. Like the verse is like very conversational. Like I need to go back and listen to the song properly, but I just got reminded of how much Moving Mountains was my song. And lately, I've been listening to Confessions. Part 1, not part 2.
I've been listening to Confessions Part 3, but you know you got to watch it a part of the like he does some performance. It's on like YouTube. I got to watch the Confessions
maybe
Part
I've been
3
listening
then.
to.
It's the one where he's apparently telling her side of the story.
No, that's not the one.
Nah, see,
I've been listening to the Confessions where it's he's in the car.
No.
It's no visuals. The lyrics are about him. No. Something about a car and a friend. Oh, you know.
No. That is Confessions Part 1 then.
Yeah, he's like,
Part 3 is actually give me an illness that blah blah blah
Confession 1 is like do you know what? No,
anyway, let's not get into it.
I'm not gonna get into it. But anyway, the point was I've been listening to that. Shout out Usher.
Big up to Usher. We love Usher.
I was literally like, anyway, obviously I haven't caught up on Love is Blind. But you feel like disturbed. But we can talk about at least the first episode. Maybe, but I can't remember because the episode's all blurring my mind. But one thing I want to say though is, and I don't know this stuff for certain because I haven't fully caught up. But from what I've seen, Raven and SK's mum, right? When she got into the bit of the exchange with SK in the apartment, when she was like, you know, I'm compromising a lot and la 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 la. And I was cracking up because I was like, it was the sister telling Raven, you must always have Stu at home, which has pushed Raven to the edge. It was, when she heard there must always be Stu at home,
Raven
she said,
absolutely
it's the
not.
end. She said, not happening, not possible.
That's true.
Rap City. True. She was like, no way. She had the edge. And I was laughing. And I thought to myself, good on her, right?
I'm glad she stood her ground, but I think SK likes that.
Absolutely. But I'm saying good on her for being so embracing of his culture, because obviously
embracing.
They're of mixed cultures. And I thought to myself though, which is probably bad, but it is what it is. I thought to myself, I don't know if I would, because for me, I haven't seen the wedding because I haven't got to that episode yet, but it feels like she's compromised a lot on a lot of things in the wedding to make it more of like a Nigerian wedding for
I
him.
will not confirm nor deny.
And for me, like my culture is really important to me, so I think I would have blended it up a little bit more. So then when I was watching it, I was like, I felt like maybe she was compromising a little bit too much. But if your culture isn't that important to you and you're happy to fully submit to somebody else's. Do what you need to. But for me, I was just like, I feel like she could have blended it.
Do you know what? I think the reason why Raven was so willing to do so is because I honestly feel like she thinks her culture's not that strong, because she's only grown up predominantly with her white family. So she has
that.
disconnect. We can say, I'm saying arguably, I mean, I don't know Raven's full thing, but she can have disconnect from her Black American culture. So any Black culture she might be willing to. But what I was going to say, because I'm not even going to get into it, but what I will say is
I usually
that,
like spoilers, but I don't want you to spoil this one.
in my opinion, I don't think any couple from this season are going to get married, and we haven't even seen all the weddings yet. But they've like left us on a cliffhanger or whatever. I don't think any couple from this season is going to get married.
Don't do that, because I believe in Brennan. You know I do.
I do not think
no.
any couple.
Let's not talk about this any further.
But I will say one thing as well. I thought to myself, when they say no, because listen, Raven's talking about she got the Nigerian. They have the Nigerian DJ. They got the Nigerian food. So I thought
the Nigerian attire.
What happens if you lot don't get married to the DJ and the food? What happens to the DJ and the food?
Have it. The party, no? Or no?
Oh, child, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
You don't say too much.
But like I stand on, I don't think anyone's getting married. Mark my words. Or I'll come back. That. Wait, when's the next episode? Next week?
Next week.
Maybe
Wednesday.
I'll be back next week to confirm or take back what I feel.
We'll see, chat. Because I believe in Brennan so much so I was texting
Brennan.
I love him. I think I was texting Anna's partner and also Carl, our friend Carl, how much I love Brennan, because Brennan is just like a simple cowboy, and I've now come to the age where maybe I just need a simple cowboy.
I don't think Brennan's as simple as you think he is. Number one and number two, don't know simple cowboy.
Do that. Don't do
no,
that.
I haven't watched anything that makes me feel like to tip you off. But what I'm saying to you is that Brennan seems a lot more complex than we think, and I feel like he's been compromising so much with, I can't remember her name, Alexa. I feel like he's been compromising so much with Alexa that he's lost himself. But that is what I feel.
I don't even like the way that the look in your eyes when you even say his name. I just want to be clear about that. So that's why I don't want you to even start with, I don't want to say it, but the hateration that you clearly have for Brennan. Yeah, hateration.
No, I like Brennan, but what I'm saying
that's not clear.
I don't feel like we've had an accurate portrayal, because I think he's so complicit and complacent rather in whatever Alexa wants.
I don't believe so. I believe if Brennan needed something, Brennan would open his mouth and speak.
I will come back next week to confirm or refute anything.
I don't even like the way you're talking about Brennan. I don't like it. Brennan is a simple cowboy who likes to use the words y'all. And I just would like a simple cowboy who use the words y'all.
We talk about weddings. I've seen a lot of people on the internet. Well, I see this like back and forth or what have you. Like a lot of debate on like, should you have kids at a wedding, yes or no? So I'll ask you the question. Do you think kids should be at a wedding?
Is this camera on me? Hell to the nah, nah. No, absolutely not. I'm just one of those people of, I'm confused sometimes why people bring their kids certain places. No offense. And I just don't think weddings are for it. And even some funerals, I don't think kids should be at. I'm also going to be honest about that.
I definitely agree with the funeral thing. I mean, I guess it depends also the relationship.
That's why I said some funerals. I don't believe everywhere's for kids. Why? What? Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, because I can say like for me, like especially like with funerals, it is just I think funerals are very traumatic for the people who go. I don't think it's an appropriate setting for children. No,
I don't think so. But then it's like, when do you introduce death or grieving to a child? I don't. That is a little bit ticklish.
With a pet,
okay, let's if we stick more.
But go on. I'm just saying with the pet, innit? That I think will be easier. But go on.
No, but yeah, if we focus more on weddings, I'd probably say no, because no offense, like even when I've seen in the past, like the way children behave in church, like children they cannot sit still. There's something wrong with them every second of the day. And also for me personally, like as parents, it's like, how can you, weddings are long. Let's be clear. Weddings are long. Whether you're in the wedding or you're a guest to the wedding, you are sitting around for hours.
Waiting
and the last thing you want sitting around for hours is dealing with annoying children, or having children sit around for hours and be bored and be hungry and be tired. Like, it's
bratty.
It's too much.
Bratty.
And you as the adult, like, if I was a parent, I'd love a day without my kids. So I don't want them there.
Have a little date night.
It's so romantic. Like, let me get my romance on without the kids.
Dressed up, you look good, you feel good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be able to enjoy yourself. Like, I saw someone like say, like, basically, like, not having kids at a wedding, that's absolutely awful. It's their day to enjoy. I thought, what are you on about? What do you mean their day to enjoy? One, most cases, especially when they're young, they don't know what's going on. There's just a bunch of people around, and at some point they're going to play music and the kid's going to jump and run himself in a little circle. But I do not think weddings are an appropriate place for children, because one, the waiting is outrageous in a wedding. Like, there's so much waiting if you're in the wedding or if you're not in the wedding. Second, there's no entertainment for the child. And I know some people like to, like, we're going to do something for the kids. We're going to have a bouncy castle or football, whatever. This is not a play center.
I was about to say, at a wedding.
But I've seen people do that. But, like, to me,
girl, this is not the community hall. I'm not trying to be rude.
And I think it's different because I don't have any kids. So for me, it's not like, oh, I want my child to be a special part of my day.
Oh, yeah,
but like, even if
hold on, you said you weren't gonna. What did you just say? You weren't gonna have kids?
I said I don't have any kids.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't gonna have any kids.
No, I said I don't have any kids.
Sorry, I had a bit of whiplash. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, I said, like, I don't have any kids. So to me, it's like maybe not that important. But I've had a lot of people say, like, in my wedding, I've had a lot of people say, you're not gonna have a flower girl, you're not gonna have a page boy. And I said, why?
Well, flower girls are traditional in a wedding, but you're not gonna have a flower girl.
I don't feel like flower girls are like traditional as in like biblical. I feel it's more like traditional and societal.
Well, I don't think anybody's having biblical weddings. I think everybody's having traditional societal weddings. That's what I will say.
No,
so,
no
yes,
flower girls,
according
no
to
nothing.
tradition, we were once flower girls. That's what I thought.
Were we?
We were flower girls for Marjorie when we didn't walk down the aisle.
Okay.
We'll chat.
Right.
We'll chat.
If you're saying it, then I'll be
Anyway,
it. Then
sorry.
I ain't gonna say nothing. If I was it, honey. That's my name. That's what they call me.
Listen.
But yes, I'm not gonna have children at the wedding. I just don't think it's an appropriate place. But every person I say that to, no 18s, because I'll be like, no under 18, no under 18.
Hallelujah.
People look at me like I'm like mean or vicious, but it's just not. I want adults to come, enjoy the wedding, have a good time. Mama and dada get out. They've been out in a while. They
get their grown and sexy on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Keith Sweat and tequila.
But
okay,
it's not like I'm ambushing the parents. I think a year is more than enough time to say to you, you need to arrange some sort of
babysitter, childcare.
Yeah.
Facts.
I do understand like what childcare is like, since I feel like I provided a lot of childcare services as a young person.
More than.
So I feel like I get it. Like, it's hard to find people that you trust to look after your children. I completely get it. However, if you tell me that you can't come because obviously whatever childcare reasons, then I understand and respect that decision. I'm not bending the rules for nobody, because I just really think that a wedding is adults only. There's going to be alcohol there. It's a long day. There's going to be food, drinking, music, and like the music is not going to be child friendly.
Speeches, everything.
Oh yeah, it's
like
too much.
Like
too much.
It's grown and sexy, not daycare. Like, so no, thank you.
But those people who do have like children at their wedding, to me, your wedding theme has to be like family centered. Like, your wedding theme has to be like family. Do you know what I mean? It has to be.
It has to be like a family fun day.
You got like a little creche set up and like, do you know what I mean? Kiddies have their own dance floor, or get kiddie music at a certain like particular
because
point.
Even like being like, it's all a no. I'm with you. I was just thinking about.
Do you know what just came into my head when I'm talking about kiddie music and kiddie the creche? I know it's not gonna make sense what I'm thinking about Butlins.
Oh, it does give a Butlin though. But when you said bouncy castle, child, that did give community said Butlins.
Do you remember that show, Four Weddings, where they would like basically four brides and they'd be whatever?
That used to be on Living TV.
Oh yeah, do you remember
that
Living TV?
Living was good.
Living TV had some bangers.
Four Weddings was banging. They should bring that back.
And you win the honeymoon.
You
Listen, I want to get on it for the free honeymoon. I don't actually mind being on 4 weddings if they relaunch it, because my wedding's already done and planned.
Yeah, that's true. And we had all these strangers here cussing out your wedding.
All they have to do is come and like vote it or whatever.
They had to come and vote and give all their
Do you know what? Listen, they need to bring that back. But anyway, my point is, I remember some of those 4 weddings from the 4 weddings. I remember one being absolute kid themed, because it was all about like, I just remember it specifically because they had a football pitch and the bouncy castle, all on these grounds, and it was all because they really like cherished like the children or what have you, and that's completely fine. But it's not fine for all.
I want to say it's a no from me, dog. But then you're going to say to me, why say the word dog? Because I was going to say,
basically, Anissa's a little bit salty because after the podcast last week, I texted her and said, where did you get this word dog? I don't understand.
But I have been saying the word dog
but where
for like
did
the
you pick
last
that from?
2 years. It's just been a part of my lingo circular. What's the word? Like root.
Your vocab? You used to love to tell me how your vocab's extensive.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's part of my
the
vocab. I've been using the word dog, you know.
I just don't like it. But I said to you, where did you get it from? There's a reason why.
Did you see how I aired it? Didn't even say anything back?
Yeah. You didn't have to say anything back because I know you read it. I know you received it.
And
she received it, guys. She received it.
Well, I received it. Dog, okay, but receive this. No, I'm joking. That was aggressive. But talking with weddings, remember I was telling you that I've been watching Towie clips. Anyway, I was watching.
Yes, the Towie clips on the TikTok. But the TikTok's down. But I saw the clip. I think I know what clip you're talking about, because I believe it was on my Instagram Explore page today, and I'm assuming that's because of you as to why it's on my Instagram Explore page. Well, actually, maybe it's not you. I don't know. It's one of the.
I'd like to say accusatory.
Or was it Amber crying to Diax? Well, that's the clip I saw. I don't know.
No, see, that wasn't even the clip.
But I bet it's the same content.
It's not even the same content.
You don't know. Tell me what she said.
Because clearly your algorithm is algorithming without me.
Okay, tell me then.
I'm gonna tell you.
Tell me. Guys.
Okay, so. I believe I saw it on TikTok. No. I believe I saw it on YouTube.
Okay, sorry.
Although, by the way, YouTube's algorithm lately has been pants. They recommend me the same crap. Anyway, I don't even want to. Anyway,
don't get into it, girl.
So Amber. So there's on Towie. There's a character named Amber, and she's in a relationship with a guy named Dan. Mm-hmm. I believe they've been together for maybe like 4 or something years.
It's been that long.
Yeah. Okay. And anyway, Amber has just turned 29 and is basically going through a 29-year-old crisis, and she's crying like on the couch to Dan, and she's basically saying like, you know, she wants to get married and have kids. Dan is basically saying that he is now focused on setting up a business and being able to like, you know, be successful and financially successful and all those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So his priority right now is not getting married and having kids. And this hurts Amber because she's crying and starts talking about, you know, she never imagined that at 29 her life would be like this. She thought that she would have kids and she would also be married by now. The funny part, actually no, I saw this on TikTok because it was a caption. The funny part is Amber then goes in like her like floods of tears. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm just gonna end up being 34 with no kids and no husband. And the person captioned it, well, I'm 34 with no kids and no husband, glad to make it, like, well done for you making me feel better, like that kind of thing, which is hilarious. So Amber was just in a tizzy saying like, this is just not what like she expected in her life. And I just thought to myself, I was really perplexed. And the reason why I was perplexed, she was like, we've been in a relationship for, I think she said 3 or 4 years, and she just thought it would be different. I thought to myself, sorry, I literally stopped, and I think I called you and I said, I feel like I've missed something, because if you're 29, and I felt like that. The reason why I feel like you missed something is because when people usually say this is not how I thought my life would be, they usually say this at like 40, at 50.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's like a 50.
29. Well, not that I know of personally, have seen or heard 29-year-olds crying about like being in such a thing where they're discussing if they should even go on a break or if she should even continue in this relationship, that it's so dire that you are not married with kids at 29. Do you know what?
I find that shocking.
I just find it confusing.
She has so much time to change it. It's not like she's at the end. Like, it's
That's
50, there's a pressure on my womb. Like, my time's running out. So it's like, girl. But also, can I say, I watched her say the same exact things to Dax.
Okay, girl.
But at 29, should you be feeling the pressure of having, like, getting married and having kids? Absolutely not. No way.
I don't think to the point where you are thinking about leaving your current relationship because it's happening. That is the point where I think you could be conscious maybe of saying, you know what, I would like to be married. I'd like to be settled down in the next 5 years, and I'm not even close to finding a boo. Like, you could start actively thinking that at 29. But if you are in a steady relationship where you are living with the person, you know, a committed relationship, you have I think they have a dog or whatever, and
okay.
you know that your man is like trying to get his hustle on right now, then giving an ultimatum about marriage and kids doesn't specifically make sense to me. And I'm confused why at 29 you would desperately need this. And I do understand she goes on to talk about like what her friends are doing, but I thought to myself,
I'm not the friends, child.
Friends. That's what your friends are doing, mama. Who told them in their 20s to be getting up and having kids like that? But I don't think those are things to be rushed. It was just confusing to me. She was speaking, as you said, like a 52-year-old person, not a 29-year-old woman.
The thing is,
strange.
I wonder this need. I'm sure it's coming from like her friends are doing whatever.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's like for her in the relationship, she feels like it's like something needs to progress, like something's happening, because like this ultimatum. Obviously, I don't know the context. I don't know what's going on in the relationship, but this ultimatum is very outlandish for if you're living together. You're seeing that your partner is trying to build something substantial enough that will last a lifetime or provide some sort of a good life for
financial
you
stability.
in this future thing. You know, he's committed to you, and obviously the trajectory is that one day you lot will get married and one day you will have kids. So to me, it's like, is there something else going on that this is just like the climax for her? Like, this is just like actually like, all these things are happening and now I'm not married and I have no children. Like, this is just absolutely awful.
That would make more sense.
But I mean, I don't know though.
But like, I mean, obviously you're engaged, so you're coming from a different position. But question, would you prefer, this is my question, would you prefer at 29, you're with this man that you've been in a relationship with, and things are seemingly okay, okay so much that you would want to spend the rest of your life with this person. Would you prefer for him to wouldn't you prefer for him to go out and hustle and get financial stability versus getting married?
I have several things to say to that. Me, number one, I think before men get married, like for them in particular, I think it's important for them to have their financial situation sorted.
I feel like a man is for everyone.
Yeah, that's for everyone. But like for men in particular, I feel like it's like a hard thing. If they don't have it, then their mind's not right. Yeah. I typically find whenever men are going through any issues with like money or their work or whatever, their head is never right. And that's not a good place to like start the marriage. I agree. I also think like, with like the few years or whatever and blah blah blah, for me I feel like she's almost, the reason why I say this is because I remember just years ago their relationship has been like chaotic. So if we've been back and forth and round and all these things that have happened in their relationship, now things are seemingly okay. It's like, okay, I want to get married or whatever, but because they haven't had such a solid chunk of time where things have actually been calm for them, to me it's madness to get married. Like, absolutely madness to get married. Like, I think if I wasn't getting married now, I wouldn't be I wasn't with my partner at all, I wouldn't be desperately searching like for marriage and kids. I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with me? Because I'd be like focused on being 29, young, fine and single. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not thinking I need to get married. The only reason why I'm getting married is because I met the right person, not because I'm like, clock is ticking, like it's not like that.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on that sentiment. I think we've both said it in the last couple of weeks. If we were to be pregnant now, it'd basically be a teenage pregnancy.
Oh my gosh, no, I would not be okay.
It would be a solid no. But then everyone has like different goals in their life. So maybe like the reason why she, and I'm sure other people feel like that.
There's plenty of women I think that feel like this.
Yeah, because I believe her friends on the show were empathizing. Maybe you saw it in your clip. I don't know.
I only saw Diggs, man. He was not empathizing.
But like, what I will say is, that I'm sure there's a lot of other women that feel like this, and maybe they feel like because what they want to do with their life is be a wife and a mother, and that's okay too.
That's a good
I
goal to
just
have.
don't think it would be my specific goal at 29.
Absolutely not.
My specific goal at 29 is to be in the dancery. Oh, by the way, sorry,
I forgot. Anissa is still in her mind. She's still 21, young and fine, honey.
Child, I look 21. Okay.
Okay, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh, I saw on TikTok there's this salsa club in Embankment that I want us to go to.
Oh yeah, actually I've seen it.
Yeah. I text
and they played the reggaeton.
Yes, and I text Bliss about it going to earlier, and I want you to go as well, so we can go and get our salsa on. And now that I know how to dance merengue, because I learned in Mexico when we were there in the summer, I can go. Don't be a hater.
I'm not saying nothing.
Don't be a hater.
I'm doing hate because Anissa
swear
swears she's Spanish. Anissa swears she's Spanish, swears she's fluent in Spanish. Everything Spanish or Spanish associated, Anissa swears she knows, honey. The reggaeton, the merengue. Anissa thinks she got it all. So I'm going to let her be. So that's why I'm just like, okay, all right. You should actually do one of those ethnicity tests, because if you're like whatever, you know, like, because obviously we're from the Caribbean, so there is going to be a percentage of like European. If you actually have percentage from Spain, I'll eat my words, because then actually you Spanish. First of all, oh, are you from Spanish town in Jamaica? Well, not you're from, but Jamie.
Listen, first of all, let's be clear, okay? Because a lot of shade being thrown.
No shade.
And this shade is consistently being thrown at me, not just from Anna, but from our other friends. And personally, I think the shade is being thrown because people hate that I'm cultured. let's start there.
No.
Yeah, people hate that I'm cultured. They hate that I have opened my mind, my horizons to brand new things, and that is their business. But what I will say to you is there's no issue with me taking interest in specific cultures. So yeah, do I do Taco Tuesdays and like Mexican food? Yes.
Love
Is
tequila.
the drink of choice tequila. Did I learn to dance merengue? Yes, I did. And I want to learn to dance bachata. Sue me.
No,
Who am I?
okay.
Who am I? Okay. What would you want me to do? Anyway.
I can't remember the first point we were on.
I was going to tell you about the salsa club.
Oh, okay, yeah. The salsa club.
So
How do we
you
get
ready to
down
get up
this?
and popping in the salsa club with me?
Yes, I'll come. I'll do the merengue and bachata.
No, we're going to be learning to dance salsa, but I'm hoping that they'll have
okay, never
some
mind.
merengue stuff like that. It's going to be fun. Wear something where you can shake your tatas and your nanas.
Okay.
You want?
I mean, I don't know if I have anything that fits that description.
Well, you have to get something, but also I don't know if you'll. Oh, because you have to dance with a partner for salsa. So maybe you have to bring your partner, because I think your actual life partner might kill you if you went and picked
don't
up.
say that on this. He will not kill me.
He won't kill you. Your actual partner might go berserk.
He will not go berserk.
If you was dancing the salsa with
just the same way I would
With
not
a
want
man.
him to have some woman person. I don't know what the salsa's like actually, so I don't know how close it is. But if somebody would be up on him, it'd be a problem.
it's
the same way.
Salsa.
Yourself elsewhere. You mean salsa? Okay. Anyway, I don't even know how we got onto your Spanish tangent. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Anissa's Spanish.
I said 29 in the
identity.
dancery, and that reminded me of the salsa. Thank you very much. She's
I'm
such a
thinking about
hater.
Mary.
She hates
Drink
that
red.
I'm young. She hates that I'm cultured. She just hates it. And do you know
Anissa
what's
be
strange?
young
Do you know
and
what's
okay.
do you know what's strange about you hating?
All right.
It's because we're actually twins. So you could be young and cultured if you want to
No.
be.
Let me
You don't
make
wanna.
things clear.
You do not
Let me
want
make
to be
things
young
very
and cultured.
clear. I'm very much cultured. I'm very much young. However, Anissa's perception of her being young and my perception of her being young is two different things. But it's all right. It's okay. I'm not going to get into it. It's all right. But she's so cultured and so young. Okay.
Players
right, I'm very
gonna
cultured.
play, haters gonna hate. That's just the way it is. 3LW, check
Oh, I used
that.
to love 3LW.
Exactly. I gave you acapella.
They're like acting appearances on like Taina and what's that? No, it was who did That So Ravens? Was it 3LW or
No, it was
was
just
Cheetah Girls?
it was just Adrian by Lon and Cheetah Girls.
Oh,
Not
okay.
in That's a Raven.
Yeah.
Then Adrian and Keeley did Cheetah Girls. They used to have a Christmas song that was actually banging. I need to
Did they?
find it. Yeah, it was like them in the snow
Christmas
pumping it up.
coming.
Oh yeah, you already know. I was telling the lady who did my nails about my mulled wine recipe to make at home. She was like, oh my gosh, like I should definitely have this and write this down. She's like, oh my gosh, you reminded me.
She's the queen of Christmas on top of the Spanish. But okay.
Why?
I'm gonna. Sorry, go on.
I'm being nice and restraining my reactions because why are you hating that I have?
I love
spirit?
Christmas. Everyone loves Christmas. Who doesn't love Christmas?
I do.
But your mulled wine recipe, things that you throw together because you ain't making the mulled wine from scratch. Okay, I never said I was doing wine recipe.
I never said I was doing it, serving it from scratch. I said recipe is probably the wrong one. But what I would say, the way that I present it, is different to everybody else. Yeah. Okay. Rather tell that. Some people drink it straight from the bottle, like savages. Or all they do.
Don't drink mulled wine straight from the bottle, guys.
All they do is just warm it on the stove. I do more than warming it on the stove.
I'm gonna warm it up in my slow cooker this year.
And what else? Go on. So sorry,
I'm not going to do anything else.
What else?
I'm not going to do anything else. That's what you hear me say is what I'm going to do.
And see, that's why I was saying my mulled wine was banging, and I have to give the people the streets the tips. What you need to do with your mully wine, okay, when you're heating it, obviously a nice slow heat, then you want to have some orange slices in there, and what you want to do is have half of a cinnamon bark. I'm laughing because I already know what Alice is going to say. You need half of a cinnamon bark, but with the cinnamon bark, you only want to leave it in there for 2 to 3 minutes. If you leave it in too long, it's going to overpower the rest of the mulled wine. But the cinnamon bark is going to give it that nice earthy. What?
Please watch the video for my facial reactions. Watch the video.
Well, let me look into the camera clearly. Haters gonna hate on a good mulled wine recipe, but run and tell that. Try my servings, and I promise you, everyone's gonna want to come to your house for the mully wine. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
The train strike's cancelled tomorrow. For the rest of the week, I'm happy. Sorry to bring this up here. I just remembered. Zagging on the train.
That means I would have to be riding round on the bus for hours to charge.
We have somewhere to be tomorrow, and I was like, I'm going to have to take X amount of buses, leave out at this time, what have you. But apparently they've come to some sort of like payment agreements with the union.
Thank God.
Yeah, I want people in this cost of living, whatever needs, like if people need to be paid properly, they need to be paid properly. I know Rishi's talking about we need to fill the 50 billion or million gap or whatever. They're raising up everything. Apparently we're going to be in recession for the next year. And I thought, fab.
Oh, Jesus, give me strength. But talking about Rishi, that brings me on to our poor decision of the week.
Oh, I'm confused with the link, so I'm excited to hear.
And
Anissa doesn't get political because she normally doesn't read the news. She doesn't like it, but she's so cultured, so it's just strange. And if you don't know what that is, that's called shade. I'll let her. Sorry, go. Poor decisions. It's your poor decision of the week. Look, I've given you razzle dazzle.
Take that razzle and dazzle it somewhere else. I don't want the fakery in my face. Let's be clear. Okay.
Girl.
Okay. I'm politically indifferent, so don't let Annalisa's shade take over you. Okay, sorry, I need to get it because I got it from TikTok. Okay, so
play us a clip, honey.
Oh, child, not today. Although I might be able to play. No, the chord's not there. Oh, is it going to load? Okay.
Can't you just describe it to me?
No, because I need the specific name. Otherwise, I'm going to do what the person did.
Oh my gosh, I don't think this is gonna be good then. Is it one of those racial mix-up things? She ain't gonna say nothing so probably. Probably.
I'm just having serious issues, Jesus.
I found it. Okay, she's found it.
Okay. So I'll look into the camera for this. So this week's poor decision of the week has to go in for ITV News. I actually don't know what the news lady's name is because I don't know it.
That's
but
true.
It was just like
we don't really know news people's name.
Don't. After Trevor McDonald.
Oh my God. McDonald. Trevor McDonald.
After Trevor McDonald. He's not doing the news anymore, is he?
Okay. Why you've come on this podcast to ask me this question?
Well, clearly not everyone
clearly
not everyone's as cultured as they think they are. But okay. So
I have a bone to pick with you after this poor decision.
Okay, poor decisions of the week. Okay, this week's I need to do it right without laughing, you crazo.
I'm waiting for you. It's only you who's winding yourself up. It really is not me. I'm patiently waiting.
Okay, So this week's poor decision of the week is going out to ITV News. So the newscaster, I don't know her name, she's an English lady, blonde hair, was talking to another presenter who was corresponding from Australia for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And this person was talking about all the contestants that's going in. Now, the person's name is Rishi Davda. I hope I'm saying it correctly. And he's of South Asian descent, and he was there talking everything. And then anyway, he goes basically back to studio, and then when she picks up studio, she's like, yeah, that was great. We just had a Rishi Sunak there giving us all the lowdown on I'm a Celeb, blah blah blah. Like, she doesn't even catch herself, but a lot of people caught it and had it on TikTok, and it was so funny. And I just thought to myself, girl,
did she say, because those names are similar?
Well, this is the thing. What I was thinking to myself, is this like a bit of a Freudian slip vibe where both of the names are Rishi? They're both from South Asian descent.
Both start with an S?
No, his name is Davda. Rishi
Davda. I can't save her.
Yes, you can't. So I thought to myself, maybe it's a Freudian slip, or maybe this is like a bit of a bias or whatever, where it was just like she had all the Rishis in her head. I don't know, but I was like, oh girl, this ain't good. And that started, well, not that started because it already started, but that gave more fuel to the fire of people are already saying that, and have already discussed that Rishi, Sunak being prime minister, all this unwarranted racism, etc., racially charged behavior, and then all of a sudden, people on the ITV News are mistaking their Rishis, and it ain't good. So that was my poor decision of the week.
Always so interesting that people only mix up people of colour.
That is true.
I don't get it. Always.
Do you know what?
Always picking the wrong picture. Always saying the wrong name.
Yeah.
And it's not even just a UK thing. It's global. I don't get it.
What's going on? E-News did the same thing with the Offset takeoff thing.
I
don't get it.
It's so disrespectful. The least you can do is know who I am if you're going to talk about me.
Oh, facts.
Know what I look like if you're going to talk about me. It's just so outrageous.
You're true. That is very right. Why is it that the only people that get confused are the people?
I just don't understand it. It's just so strange. This is going to be an awful transition and segue, but I do have a bone to pick with you.
Pick the bone, child.
I was watching Love is Blind, and I'm not going to get into too much, but I just want to say a comment. I did pick up on this last week, but you made reference to Nancy's family said it one way. But I watched a clip of Bartice's sister saying Bartice, not Batiste, emphasizing how I am still correct, because not only Nancy's family saying it, but his family saying it. So is it you saying it wrong? Was it me? I know we settled this last week, but I'm coming back because she was like, oh, well, Nancy's family said it. No, his family said it too. So it must be true.
Listen.
So that's the bone
I didn't even know where you were going with this. But
I know. I saw you.
Didn't see the perplexion in my face. I couldn't figure it out. Let me be clear. Batiste, whatever you want to say, let it be said. My issue with how you were saying it is because you were saying Bartice.
I wasn't saying Bartice.
That was
Batiste.
No. I said Batiste. You were saying Bartice, but you were extending the R like you were doing the sheep thing, like the Bartice. So that's why I was like, that's why I kept saying it's Batiste, because you were really rolling that A.
That is the bone that I wanted to pick with you, because
do you know what? Right. You call him Bartiste, I will call him Batiste.
I don't even care, because after next week's few episodes, it's going to be all done and over, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be done and over. The thing is, though, do you know what I thought though about as well with Love is Blind? And I know this. I don't understand how some people after the show have been able to make money and others haven't. And the reason why I'll say that is when I think about how much money, or seemingly money and career,
or at least opportunities.
Yeah, there we go. That Cameron and Lauren got. It doesn't make sense that others are basically not making any money. And
wasn't Amber and Barnett with the roommate?
Well, that's yes, but I was thinking more about when that last season with Jared and Ayana, in the reunion, they were talking about how Jared has now picked up a side job as working as a security guard in a bar at the night. And I thought to myself, sorry,
You're on a Netflix show, mate.
Yeah, you're on a Netflix show, and Lauren and Cameron from The Opportunity were doing segments for Ellen every week and wrote a book and did all these other things. Where's everybody else's opportunity? Because I haven't seen anybody get as much opportunity since the first season. People, Jared is not saying there's anything wrong with working as a security
also
guard,
I would say
that,
the it couple of the first season as well, because Lauren and Cameron have had so much more opportunity than anybody.
Well,
or at least taken.
Gia,
I know G. Was it G? What's her name? Gigi? No, maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
anyway,
G, I think is on some new TV show at the moment.
Is she?
Yeah,
about?
I don't know. I just keep seeing random clips on my TikTok of her, and she's got this dark hair. I didn't even know it was her at first. It's all very strange.
Oh,
it's all
see
very
what she looks like with the dark
anyway,
hair.
all the best to them. So I'm wrapping this up instead of the yakking on about these people.
Oh yes, I'm sure they do want to hear the rumbling.
Thank you guys for listening and watching another episode of Poor Decisions. I want to clear up though. Sorry, while I got you here for a couple of minutes.
Clarification.
The show is a heavy visual show, but we have had issues with the visual the visual.
Oh, we have had issues.
To the visual. But hopefully the visual this week is making it to your screens and that you guys are watching us.
Yes, I hope so, because we've told you to look at the camera several times.
And I have looked deadpan into the camera several times because this is a talk show. So you must see us, child, as well as hear us, you know?
Yes,
so I just want to be clear. So make sure you're watching us on YouTube.
On camera.
Yes, gal. Anyway, socials, where can they find you this week?
You can find me on Alicia Loves Food on Instagram. Listen to my sultry voice. And you can find me at Alicia Teaches on Twitter. I don't know what the pause was.
I don't know either. I feel like I've had enough of your shenanigans with me today.
Do you know what? I'm actually tired. So I haven't even been on full energy.
Really?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You've got low energy.
You've
been calling me out for not being... Let's not even get into it, but...
I have low energy.
Clearly, you're low energy to do with the work.
Like that birthday was low. Sorry,
you can find me on Instagram at Anissagrams, on Twitter as Anissa Tweeted. I have got...
Look who's thinking now. Sorry, God. Nothing.
Okay. I think I have something coming up, but I can't remember. So I'm just going to skip it to do a promo of something else. Sorry. But, but you can obviously listen to me on radio every Thursday.
Yes. What radio? Tell us.
On Tribe Urban Radio, I do a radio show called I Go In Radio for Mixtape Madness every Thursday, 6 to 8. But maybe one day we'll come in and start talking about the other things that we do and all that kind of fun things. But yeah, anyway, and obviously follow the show's socials at Poor Decision Show on Instagram, at Poor Decisions UK on Twitter, at Poor Decision Show on TikTok, and I believe YouTube is also Poor Decision Show.
Everything.
Gas are slim for them. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day.